So, when we talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, and especially hearing your story, it's inspiring to know that you took something that I think culture and society would say, oh, that is a woman's job to be cleaning a household, and you've actually turned it into a business. But I'm really interested to know, especially maybe those cultural expectations as you did become not only the person doing the business, but now growing and being the owner of this amazing business. If there weren't questions from other business owners of the legitimacy of what you were doing, and if that's the case, how did you deal with that and going through that process?
That's a great question. Yeah, when I first started, I was in basically executive sales, so I full suit going to see doctors. Yeah, so and then I lost my job, and less than a week later had already started getting my first round of clients. And so my new uniform was a polo shirt, khaki pants, and tennis shoes. And I showed up with a caddy full of products and my vacuum to clean homes. And I tell you, one of the first jobs that I did was a home that was about 3,600 square feet, which pretty good size. And I didn't finish the first day. I was so slow. So I asked her, I said, is it possible that I could go home and come back tomorrow and finish? She says, sure, I couldn't finish it in one day. So I was like, great. So I came back, and then sure enough, I got faster as I got my system down and how to kind of go from that. Turns out cleaning your home is not the same as doing it every day as a job, as you would think. So I ran into, I always presented myself as the owner of the company with a lot of confidence, shook their hand, looked them straight in the eye. I was the one that did all the communication with them. I had, nice invoices and that type of thing, very professional from the beginning, from all of my, just sales training that I had. So it came across very professional from me. I did have clients that treated me like their housekeeper, not very respectfully. And when I have people that treat my staff that way now, I won't keep them because it's not appropriate. And what we do changes lives. Like, I truly believe that with all my heart. And I tell my teams that you're changing people's lives when you're out there cleaning their home. Like, you're making a difference. And so I a couple times was brought to tears by the way that I was treated. And specifically, when I would bring my assistants with me and we would go into homes and my assistants were Spanish speaking. And there were times. I was never questioned about the legitimacy of my business. I oftentimes in the first couple months of my business thought, these people are giving me their credit card number, the key to their house, their alarm code, like I know how to get in and out. Like, I was like, wait a minute, they trusted me. Like, strangers just trusted me with all this stuff, and they should have. I mean, I'm very trustworthy, but it did occur to me, like, this is a big deal. Like, they're really trusting me with all these things, and it was amazing. And I remember when I got my office, I was working out of my home, and we had most of the equipment in the garage. And when we got big enough to where I needed to get an office space, mainly because of the cars. My employees' cars were parked all over our neighborhood. And so we got the office, and I needed some money to get into the office space. And so I got a small business loan, and I walked into that lady's office, and I put my suit on that I used to wear. And I walked into her office and told her what I was doing and the vision for my company and what I needed the money for. And she talked to me like a CEO, like as if she was talking to me like I owned my business, like I was the owner, like this was a company that I was proud of, that I did. And I walked out of that office, and all of a sudden it was like I was an owner. Like I walked in as a worker bee and I just walked out as an owner. And it just made me grow up into this beautiful entrepreneur that I just didn't even know that I was on my way doing. Mm-hmm. And it just seemingly happened overnight, but it was actually like 4 years in the making, and then plus 10 years behind that, and then all my schooling and all that, whatever. But it was amazing to get to that point. And now my company's, very good size. We run 7 cleaning crews. We do 100 jobs a week. So there's no question when someone calls, and sometimes they'll get me on the phone and they're like, Kelly? Like, Kelly? That makes me smile. So
the actual, am I talking to
yes,
the actual Kelly?
Yes, yeah. And that makes me smile when they ask that. So.